A little bit of a walkout today with the Mallies. We've got Karma, which is the fawn, the black one's Raven, and the dark sable is Seven, which we've had here 3 weeks. So because we haven't had her from being a pup, from being really young, and she's only been here that few weeks, we have had to teach her very quickly that you do stay with us on a walk and that there's no drifting away. Now, I know a lot of other people out there, especially a lot of the pet owners that have a normal dog, don't care or don't mind if the dog drifts out of sight. That's not something I like with these sort of dogs. I like to have the eyes on them at all times, even though they are good with other dogs and social, and they're good with people. I like to make sure there's eyes on them at all times, because I guarantee that if something ever was to happen, like a dog bit one of these dogs, it would always be down on these dogs that get the blame every single time. Some of you may have already noticed and wonder why that the dogs constantly keep turning around. Now, that's not me constantly shouting the dogs or anything like that. That is just part of them checking in with us, and that is what we teach from the word go when we start any recall training and we start with young dogs. We want them to stay with us. We want you to stay with a pack. If there's more dogs out, I don't mind you having a run round, obviously not. That's part of being a dog. But when we're just walking down a path and things like that, I don't want you disappearing out of sight, and we just want you to stay with us. Now, I do know some of you sneaky viewers will have already noticed the e-collar, and I am very honest about my e-collar use. The reason I use an e-collar on dogs like this and other dogs is, to me, it's just a form of communication with the dog. And if you know how to use it correctly, it's a very, very good tool, and you can get phenomenal results with it. I know this isn't going to be for everyone, and I'm not bothered if it's not for you or you do think it's cruel. And for the people that do think it's cruel, it usually comes from the people that don't let the dog off the lead and would rather keep the dog on the lead. Now, for me, I think a dog should explore. A dog should be able to go and do as it wants, but I do need the dogs to come back. There's nothing worse than dogs that don't come back, or dogs that have to be repeatedly called over and over and they still won't come back. So for me, it is just a form of communication. I communicate with the dog through technology. That is all it is. So for the people that are going to sit and say you don't need to do that, we have it on a long line and we'll just do the long line. I've had people come where they've been to a trainer and they've been on a long line for a year. A year is just ridiculous. Let's get that dog off the lead as quick as possible. The dog comes off the lead as quick as possible. The dog's having a better time. The dogs are happy. And the dog is going to be more fulfilled. When a dog's kept on a long line, it can't go and do as it wants, and I don't care what anybody says. A dog that can run free is going to be a lot happier dog. So for those that do say the e-collar is cruel, I just think it's absolute nonsense. Nobody's going to go and spend all that money just to be cruel to a dog when all they want is freedom for the dog.